Forms of business, we have the sole trader. I'm just going to quickly review the sole trader anyway. So we call them sole trader because this business is run and controlled by individuals. That's why it's a sole trader. It could be in the primary sector, it could be in the secondary sector or tertiary sector. But in as much as just an individual controlling the business, it's a sole trader. And they can employ large numbers of employees. But the point is, they are sole trader based on their legal structure. So when we talk about forms of business, I'm going to quickly reverse that. We simply define the forms of business structure based on the legal status. It is all about who owns it. The kind of people that owns the business determines the kind of business we call it. So it's a sole trader because it is controlled by individuals. It is partnership because 20 people are in charge. It is a private limited company because it's for friends and family. It's a public limited company and so on. So the form of business we run is determined by the legal status of the business. I think it's clear. Then here they say they may have to pay taxes and other government charges. They pay taxes, but they pay income tax, not corporation tax. Sometimes when they get to a certain limit of revenue, they might have to start remitting VAT to government purse. They might need license to trade if they are setting the business in the marketplace. Yeah. So they might need permission from the local authority. So we go to the they have to comply also. They have to comply with the laws of the country. It's not exempted. They are not exempted from the law. Yeah. That means maybe work health and safety rules and regulations they have to follow. So and they are unlimited liability, which simply means the debt of the business can be transferred to the owners of the business. So we go to the advantages and disadvantages of sole trader. The first one, the owner keeps all the profit. It's your business, it's your money. So whatever profit you make is all about yours. Do you get the point there, please? So the first advantage of sole trader, like I said here, is the owner keeps all the profit. Wow. So because it's your own business, you have put your own money into the business. So whatever profit you make is all yours. So that means the owner keeps all the profit. Two, the business is independent and the owner has complete control. Yes. We call it a sole trader because it is run, owned, controlled by an individual. So it simply means that the business is independent. It doesn't have ownership aside the owner of the business. So whatever the owner does is with the business. So the business is simple to set up with no legal requirements. You don't need memorandum of association, article of association to set it up. You don't need documents to set it up. You can as well just set it up today. The third advantage is that the business can be flexible and can adapt to change quickly because it's a small business. So the needs of customers you can adapt because you offer because you could be a barbing salon today. You could have a barbing salon today, and you figure out that barbing salon is not, it's not relevant in your area anymore. It's not moving fast like it used to move. Or you could change it to a laundry store. Yeah. So whatever you want to set the business to be, whatever you have in mind to use to do the business to make the business be, it could be. That's flexibility. It's not something that it doesn't take time for you to switch from one kind of sole trader to another kind of sole trader. I think that makes sense now. The next one, the business can offer personal services because it is small. It's a small business. So it's a business that is not like you can as well know everybody, all your customers. Like a barbing salon, you offer a personal service. You barb my hair, you barb other people's hair. So it's a personal service. All money. Then the business will qualify for government help because it's a small business. You might be able to get a grant from government, but before you could get that grant, it would have meant that you meet up with the requirements needed by the government to give you that grant. Do you understand? Yes. So these are the advantages of sole trader. Then what are the disadvantages of being a sole trader? Number one, unlimited liability. The debts of the business can be transferred to the owners of the business. So the owners of the business might use their personal wealth to pay for the debts of the business. Do you get the first point there? The second one, the owner may struggle to raise finance as lenders may consider them high risk. Yes. It's a small business. Yeah. Financiers like banks would not want to give them a loan because they don't have a record. They are just starting up. They are small businesses. They don't have that reputation to be, credit worthy. Yeah. So they might find it difficult to source for finance. Yeah. The third one, independence may be a burden. For example, if an owner is ill, the owner has to be there 24/7. Yeah. The owner has to be out working. The owner has to be punctual. The owner has to be present. So if the owner is ill, it might become a problem for the business to go on.
Okay.
The business is usually too small to exploit economies of scale. Economies of scale comes as a result of expansion or operating on a larger scale. So because you are a small business, it means you are operating on a smaller scale. So because in as much as you're operating on a smaller scale, you won't be able to exploit economies of scale. You cannot buy in bulk. It's only when you buy in bulk, you get discounts. And that is purchasing economies of scale. You cannot attract skilled managers because you don't have the financial capability to pay them. So that means you cannot exploit managerial economies of scale. You cannot have different product portfolio, and that means you cannot exploit risk-bearing economies of scale. You cannot have, you may not have the financial capability to buy equipment or machines. That means you cannot exploit technological economies of scale. Did you get it? So all these economies of scale, you won't be able to exploit them because you are a small business. The third one, independence. Okay. Am I missing something?
No, independence may be a burden, for example, or
Okay. Independence may be a body. For example, if an owner is ill, we talked about that. If the owner is ill, that means you have a problem. You might not be able to, it's not present, so that's the problem. The business is usually too small to exploit. I said that already. The business cannot be continued if the owner passes away. The death of the owners of the business, the death of a sole trader ends
yes.
the business.
Okay.
So that's all about the advantages and disadvantages of a sole trader. Any question about that? You have any question? Okay. So go to partnerships. Are you there?
Yeah.
No, you don't have to pause. It's your video, so just let me quickly do this. We call it a sole trader because more controlled by an individual. So you see this as the business is independent. Doesn't have ownership assigned to the owner of the business. Whatever the owner does. So the business is set up no legal requirements. You don't need memorandum of association, article of association to set it up. You don't need documents to set it up. You can as well just set it up today. The third advantage is that business can be flexible and can adapt to change. That's a small business. So go to partnership. I said the partnership in the UK is defined in the Partnership Act of 1890 as a relationship which exists or subsists is the same between person carrying on business with common view of profit. But simply, a partnership has more than one owner. The joint owners will share responsibility for running the business and also share the profits. Partnerships are often found in professions such as accountants, doctors, estate agents, solicitors, and vets. After sole traders, partnerships are the most common type of business organization. It is usual for partners to specialize. A firm of solicitors with 5 partners might be organized so that each partner specializes in their own field of expertise, such as divorce, personal injury cases, criminal law, family law, wills, probate. We call it a partnership business because it is set up by 2 to 20 people with the aim of making profit. That's why it is partnership. So most of partnership business we have are partnership business that comes with professions like accountants, lawyers, solicitors. So they could set up a partnership business because we have property lawyers, we have Sharia lawyers, we have different kind of lawyers. So they might set up a chamber or a business that relates to this profession. So that's why we call it. That's why it is partnership. But there are no legal requirements to complete when the partnership is formed. But we need what we call the partnership deed. There's no legal. It's just the same as a sole trader. There's no legal requirement. but it is important to have a partnership deed because that partnership deed becomes a guide to the partners on what they do and to check and balance their situation. So they need a partnership deed. So they said this is a legal document that states partners' rights in the event of disagreement. It covers institutions as so call it a partnership deed because it's a document stating the affairs of the partners. So what are those things? What are those items in the partnership deed? Number one, the amount of capital contributed, the amount of money invested by each partners. Are you with me?
Yes.
Two, the share of profit. How profit will be shared and losses should be shared amongst the partners. It has to be stated in the partnership deed. The third one, the procedure of ending the partnership. We call it partnership dissolution. What do I call it?
Pardon, sir. What?
The procedure of ending the partnership. We call it partnership dissolution. It means a situation where the partnership business ends.
Right.
Dissolution. Then how much control each partner has. Are they active partner, active partner, or sleeping partner? You need to know. If they are sleeping partner, this means they only contributed money. They are not in charge of the day-to-day running of the business. For active partner, they contributed money at the same time run the business. Do you get that?
Yes.
Okay. Rules for taking on new partners. When we have to employ new work, when we have to accept new partners, what are the decisions that we have to take? What are the requirements to accept
Yes.
new partners? Is it clear?
Yes.
If no deed of partnership is drawn up, the arrangement between partners will be subject to the Partnership Act. So if there's no deed of agreement, then we use the Partnership Act of 1890. Either we write up a partnership deed that becomes our guide, or we go back to the Partnership Act of 1890. You get it? Any question?
No.
So we have the advantages and disadvantages of partnerships. The first advantage is that partnership is easy to set up and run with no legal requirements. Just like sole trader, partnership does not need any legal requirements. There's no need for memorandum of association, article of association. No, you don't have to go to the registrar of companies. It's just you coming up with some guides and setting up the business. So there's no paperwork, no legal requirements needed for partnership. Number two, partners can specialize in their area of expertise. So each partner would have their area of expertise. And as a result of that, it means they have strength in diversity.
Okay.
Oh, this is what you do, this is what he does, this is what she do, this is what she does, this is what I do. We have different strengths. And because we have different strengths, it simply means that we can use those strengths to our own advantage. Do you get it or not?
So you can use your own strength to get to your advantage.
You can use the strengths gathered together for your own advantage.
Okay.
3. Partners share the burden of running the business.
Yes.
Partnership share the burden of running the business, which simply means that there's shared responsibility. What do I call it? Shared responsibility, because each partner have to take part in the work in the operations of the business. Because they are partners, they share responsibility. And that is why we call it shared responsibility.
Okay.
So each partner will have certain responsibility that he or she carries out within the organization.
Understood.
Is it clear? Is it clear, please?
Yes.
The third one.
Code is really important.
No, partners may disagree. Okay. Partners may disagree and fall out with one another. They are from different backgrounds.
Okay.
They are from different backgrounds. They are coming together with the aim of making profit. So it simply means that there's possibility that they have disagreements.
Yes.
They are from different backgrounds. And because they are from different backgrounds, coming together to form a business might be a bit, difficult. They might have conflicts. One partner's decision creates legal obligation for all partners. So a mistake of one partner is a mistake for everyone.
They're grouped together.
And last one, partnership have limited growth potential because it's a partnership business. So the business has what we call because it's just an individual business, the business might have the potential to grow.
Okay.
Why? How can it have the potential to grow? It might have the potential to grow because such business the owner of the business itself will not just be an individual that does not want to push the business forward.
Yes.
So the owner of the business might want the business to really go forward by involving itself or himself or herself into the business.
I see.
So and that means output in that business might as well increase. Do you get it?
Yes.
That's partnership. Then we go to limited partners. Is it clear or not, please?
Yes.
Okay. Now go to limited partners. Why do we call them limited partners? We call them limited partners because these partners, they only contribute money into the business. They are not involved in the day-to-day running of the business. So they are sleeping or dormant partners. We call them sleeping or dormant partners. Sleeping or dormant partners. These partners, they only contribute money into the business, but the affairs or the running of the business is not their only issues.
Because it's not together.
You get it? So these kind of partners, they do not lose
Money.
They do not lose money aside for the amount of money invested into the business. Their personal wealth cannot be lost because of the debt of the business.
That's limited partnership.
Is it clear?
Limited. Yes.
Any question up to now?
No. They are limited.
Partnership. You have to write it. Do you want to write anything, please? So for partnership business, these are business that is owned, controlled by two or more people with the aim of making profit. Therefore, the partnership, we don't have any legal requirement, but we have the partnership deeds, which is a document stating the affairs of the partners. So what are those items in the document? We have how much capital is being introduced, that's the amount of capital introduced into the business, how profit and losses will be shared with partners, the procedure of ending the partnership, which is dissolution, rules for taking on new partners. What are the ways in which, what are the guidelines towards taking in new partners? The advantages of partnership. One, it is easy to set up and run with no legal requirements, just like the same as a sole trader. It doesn't need a lot of paperwork. Two, partners can specialize in their area of expertise, which simply means that partners can be experts in their own way. The third one, partners share the burden of running the business. There's shared responsibility, which means it is not unlike a sole trader where all the responsibility is shared is on the sole trader. But for partnership, it is spread across the partners. More owners can raise more capital. With partnership, more capital can be raised by owners. Then the problems. Partners have unlimited liability, which simply means that the debt of the business can be transferred to the owners of the business, to the partners. Partners have to share the profit. So the profit has to be shared, unlike sole trader, who keeps all the profit. Here, they have to distribute profit. Partners may disagree and fall out with one another. There might be conflict between partners. One partner decision creates legal obligation for all partners. One mistake of one partner affects the whole partnership. And partnerships have limited growth potential. Partners, they might not grow well because it's limited to the numbers of people needed are still limited. Limited partners, because they're limited partners, I did not record here. I did not record it.
Oh.
So when I was about to stop, then I found out that it wasn't stopping, it was recording.
Oh.
So I quickly do it. So for limited partners, they are partners with these are partners that only contribute capital into the business. They are not part of decision making of the business, and we call them sleeping or dormant partners. So they cannot lose because they have limited liability. So it simply means whatever happens to the business does not affect their personal wealth, aside the money, aside whatever is contributed into the partnership business. They will have limited companies. Why do we call them limited companies? We call them limited companies because they don't have a legal separate identity. They don't have a legal separate identity from they have a separate legal, sorry, they have a separate legal identity from the owners of the business. So that means the business are different from the owners of the business, and it means they can form a contract, they can be sued, they can sue, they can employ people. So what are the features of a limited company? One, capital is raised through selling of shares. So for a limited company, they source for fund through issued shares. Two, limited companies are run by directors who are elected by the shareholders. So limited companies are run by, for private limited companies, it's run by the owners of the business. And for public limited companies, the directors are employed or elected by the owners of the business during the annual general meeting. Unlike sole trader and partnership, who pay tax on profits, limited companies pay corporation tax. Forming a limited company. So to form a limited company, you might need the memorandum of association and article of association. For memorandum of association, it talks about details about the company, like the name of the company, the address of the company, the objective of the company, the amount of capital raised by the share issued. Then for the memorandum, for the article of association, this is a document that states the internal affairs of the organization, like the rights of shareholders, the procedures for appointing directors, the length of time for directors, timing and frequency of company meeting, agreement of reducing a company account. Then we'll go to private limited companies. You go to private limited companies, are you there?
Yes.
Most private limited companies are small or medium-sized. Though some are large businesses, small, similar in size to public limited companies. Private limited companies share the following features. They are private limited companies. They might be so large and they might even be small.
Okay.
But, okay, let's look at the features anyway. One, their business name ends in LTD.
Okay.
So you can see ABC Limited, ABC Ltd. That means it's a private limited company. Shares can only be transferred privately. That means shares can be sold between friends and family. They are often family businesses owned by family members or close associates.
Yes.
Like IKS. The directors of private limited companies tend to be the shareholders. I told you earlier that private limited companies, the owners are the directors of the business. Unlike the public limited company where you have to elect the director.
Yeah.
But for private limited companies, the directors are mostly the owners of the business.
Okay.
So what are the advantages of a private limited company? Number one, shareholders have limited liability. And when we talk about limited liability, it simply means that the shareholders will not lose anything aside what they have invested in the shares.
Yeah.
The debts of the business cannot be transferred to the owners. That's the point. Two, more capital can be raised by issuing shares. So you can sell more capital. You can sell more shares if you need to increase your capital base. But note, you have to sell it between your friends and family.
Okay.
Three, control over the business cannot be lost to outsiders. Because it's a private limited company, it's still going to be your friends and family buying
The stuff.
the stock. So you're not going to lose the business to outsiders. The owners have tax advantages. Owners may pay less tax, for example. The owners of the business will not pay tax. The tax will be paid by the company. So you're not, just like, instead of you having a shares, instead of you being a shareholder, you could as well start your business. But if you are starting your business, you pay taxes. But as a shareholder, you are entitled to dividends. You are not paying tax. The company pays the tax.
Okay.
Private limited companies are considered to have a higher status than some other type of business organizations, such as sole trader and partnership. a private business has, more reputation
Yes.
compared to a sole trader.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what are the problems you could face when you are running a private limited company? Number one, you have to publish their financial status, which simply means that the information about how profitable you are
Yes.
or less profitable you are will be known to the public
Okay.
and your competitors.
I see.
Two, setting up costs have to be met. You can't start this business without having the amount of money needed to run the business. Do you get it or not?
So, with setting up costs, what?
You can't start this kind of business without having the amount needed.
Or what if you loan? Or in general?
Yeah, the point is you cannot start it without the money needed. That's the problem. Not like a sole trader that you can start with any amount of money. Profit are shared between more members. The profit, you're not keeping it alone.
Why? Is it not private?
Yeah, you are sharing with the members, the family and friends, you are sharing the profit. It's not an advantage because profit is reduced.
Reduced from each person. Okay.
It takes time to transfer shares to new owners. The point about this is that if one of the family member does not accept that you sell your shares to someone else, you can't sell. So it takes time. Private limited companies cannot raise large amounts of money like public limited companies. They can raise money, but they cannot. Look at what they said. They said private limited companies cannot raise large amounts of money like public limited. They compare this with public limited company, not just cannot raise large amount of money. When you say private limited company cannot raise large amount of money, it's wrong. But you have to compare it with businesses that can raise more than what they can raise. This is how to answer questions here.
Answer questions, yes.
Easy.
Oh.
You and your phone. God help you.
What's in my pocket?
Do you get this style of question now?
Yeah.
You are comparing, but you don't just say, okay, yes, it's a problem. Why is it a problem? It's a problem because private limited companies cannot raise more money,
yes,
large amount of money, but they can raise large amount of money compared to a sole trader or partnership. They cannot only raise large amount of money when you compare them to a public limited company.
Yeah.
So in the exams, when they ask you about the disadvantage of private limited company and you tell them they cannot raise large amount of money, it's wrong. You have to say they cannot raise large amount of money compared to a public limited company. Do you get it?
Miss, I think when we finish today, I'm gonna do like the notes for everything in the next class you're gonna see.
Okay, good.
What you thinking?
So go down.
Franchising.
Franchising. Okay, go down.
Take it. This video. Just stand up talking.
For me?
Yeah. 2 hours straight talk. No writing, no nothing.
But these days, you know what I do with this school now? I write, then I explain. And,
Explain, but when you explain, we could see what you're explaining.
yes.
She's no explain, then go down. Explain, go down. Explain, go down. Explain, go down. Like, how are we gonna understand like 2 hours straight of getting information on the brain? You know what I mean? That's I don't know, not like that.
Wow.
We have to write, and then we know that if you don't understand, you can come back to the notebook
Yes.
and learn. But where am I going to do 2 hours of you scrolling down, scrolling down, scrolling down? We go to 20, 30 slides a day. No.
He wants you guys to finish through.
Finish fast. She's smart, yeah.
So Miss Maureen she always takes turns to Miss Maureen.
Huh?
She always takes turns to Miss Maureen.
For the little stuff, anything. Anything. Doesn't want to deal with them. Anything. You talk back, just move on. Oh.
Right, that's my color though.
Yeah.
So we go to franchising. So for franchising, it's another form of business. It says starting up your own business carries a lot of risk. Most new startups have AC, please, air condition.
There you go.
Most new startups have ceased to exist after 5 years of trading. One way of possibly reducing this risk is to buy a franchise. So the point is, a lot of businesses, they set up and before you know it, they're out of business.
Mhm.
Not because the reason mostly is because they don't have that capacity to, starting a business is difficult. Keeping old without business is another difficult thing. So you might see some businesses, they start up today and after 3-4 years, they're out of the business.
Yeah.
So the best way to reduce that risk
Yeah.
is you buying a franchise.
Yeah.
When you buy a franchise, it simply means you are buying
Business.
a brand that is already successful.
And you make it for you. Okay.
You're buying a brand that is already successful. That's why it's a franchise. So the risk of you losing the whole money is no more there because the business is already a successful brand. The whole world knows the business already. Not like you starting your own business. They don't know you.
Profit is split between the franchise.
The franchisee and the franchisor. I know. But the point is,
you keep all the money.
yes, no, you don't keep all the money. You have to share it. But the point is that it is secure, it is safe for you as a business, as a new business to open a franchise than you starting up your own business. You get it? Okay. So the franchisor is a company that owns a franchise. It has a track record of running a successful business operation. It allows another business, the franchisee, to use its business idea and methods in return for a variety of fees. So the point is, you are setting up a business, but this business is already a successful brand. You are using the name, you are using its operation for your own business. There, you are not the owner, you are a manager. Do you understand? Because you are using someone else's brand. So instead of you running the risk of setting up a business that might not be successful, now you are running a business that is already successful.
Okay.
Is it making sense or not?
Instead of running a business that's not successful, you already buy a business that's successful and you make it for yourself.
If you are buying a franchise,
is it cheaper, Mister?
No, it's expensive. That's expensive, yeah. If you are buying and it is one-off payment, it's a one-off payment.
One time, that's it.
Yeah, non-refundable. So if you are buying a franchise, it simply means you reduce the risk of setting up a business. Remember, when you set up a business, the risk is the business might not be successful.
Yes.
But right now, buying a franchise means you are reducing your risk by buying a brand of business that is already successful. So the risk of not successful, or the risk of failure reduces because you're already buying a brand that is successful. That is the advantage of franchise. So the franchisor is the owner of the brand. You are the franchisee. You are the one buying the franchise.
Yes.
Do you get it? So the risk of setting up a business reduces because you are using a business that is already successful as your own business. Do you get franchise here? Okay. So now there are numbers of successful global franchises. Like examples are McDonald's, Subway, Pizza Hut, Hertz, Marriott International, and lots. They are all franchise because they are all cut across the world. So what does the franchisor?
Yes.
The franchisor provides a variety of services to its franchisee. Who is the franchisor? The business itself, the owner of the brand. Okay. So what are the services they provide to the franchisee? Number one, it gives the franchisee a license to make a product that is already tried and tested in the marketplace. The franchisee is buying a product that is already successful. It's a trusted and tested brand.
Okay.
So it's a successful product. So
Okay.
you don't have to convince customers to buy. Customers already know about it.
Okay.
So the franchisor provides a recognized brand name, which customers should recognize and trust. This helps generate sales from the moment the franchisee starts trading. At the initial stage of your trading, you start making money because they don't see you, they see the brand. Is it making sense or not?
Yes.
As soon as you start the business, you don't have to advertise. Customers, as soon as McDonald's open here, it starts making money immediately because it's a brand known, it's a world-known brand. The third one, the franchisor will provide a startup package. This will include help, advice about setting up the business. The franchisor might provide the equipment to start a business. It might help find a bank which will lend money. It will provide training for the new franchisee. You need money, you need merchandise, equipment, training, whatever that you need that will make you a success. The franchisor will provide it on its brand name.
Okay, for sure.
So it makes your startup to become easier. Many franchisees, okay. Many franchisees provide materials to use to make the product. A company like McDonald's, for example, sells food ingredients to its franchisees. If the franchisor does not directly sell to the franchisee, it might organize bulk buy deals with suppliers cut across for all its franchise operations. So yeah, franchisee might provide the materials needed, but most of the time the franchisor provides it or deals directly with the suppliers.
Yes.
So that they get the same standard.
Yes.
It's about standard there.
Okay.
It is likely to provide marketing support. For example, it might have national advertising campaigns. It may provide marketing materials like posters to place in business premises or leaflets to send to customers.
Yeah.
The franchisor has its advertisement. So it's already have it. So you coming in, the advertisement is already been going on.
Yes.
So they provide you with advertisement. So whatever advertisement they watch wherever you are, the same advertisement they watch across the world. So advertisement, you don't have to pay for it. The publicity is already there.
Yes.
There should be ongoing, There should be ongoing training. This will be linked to issues such as maintenance standards, sales, and new products. Like I told you earlier, standards has to be maintained. So the franchisor will always provide you with training every now and then to keep you up to date. So that, because McDonald's, for example, has a standard. So you have to always keep up with that standard. And to keep up with that standard, it simply means that you are doing what McDonald's wants you to do. Do you get it? There is likely to be a range of business service available at competitive prices. So the goods they sell, there are different ranges because McDonald's is a big company. It has different customer base. It will provide goods, it will produce goods based on what we call segmentation, market segmentation. So which simply means McDonald's have the luxury to provide goods for different categories of customers. And that's an opportunity for you to sell to different categories of customers. Are you getting it or not, please?
Yeah.
Many franchisees operate exclusive area contracts. So it simply means if McDonald's is going to give license to a businessman in Tripoli, it might not allow any other businessman to open McDonald's in Tripoli aside that one. So there's exclusive geographical location. That's another advantage. But if you are setting up your own fast food, a new fast food can set up beside you, nothing you could do about that. Do you get the advantage there? Over time, the brand should be developed by the franchisor. For example, new products should be developed to appeal to customers. So every now and then, the franchisor will come up with new innovation, new products, so that customers stay with the business. Okay. In return for these services, the franchisee has to pay a variety of fees. You have to pay certain amount of money. That's the first one. They said there will be an initial startup fee. Part of this will cover the cost of the franchisor in giving advice or perhaps providing equipment. Part of it will be payment to use the franchisee's name. So initially, you have to pay a one-off pay. You have to pay a certain amount of money, which is huge at the beginning, which is non-refundable. You continue the business, you don't continue the business, the money is gone. That is expensive. That's what you have to pay to the franchisor. Most franchisors charge a percentage of sales for ongoing management service and the ongoing rights to use the brand name. So whatever sales you make, they might charge certain percentage from it. So if you are selling for every sale you make, they might be taking 1% of it.
1%.
Probably, I don't know. It depends on their contract.
Okay.
Just like an example. The franchisor will also make profit on the supplies that they sell directly to the franchisors. There's a mistake there. Franchisors will also make profit on the supplies they sell directly to their franchisees.
Franchisors.
Not franchisors.
Why?
It's to their franchisees.
Wait, because you said franchisors will also make profit on supplies they sell direct to the franchisors.
It's the franchisees. They make a mistake.
See.
So we move on. There may also be one-off fees charged for management service such as training.
Where would they train them? In the facility in
No. It might be online, Zoom. Virtual.
It's a big business, Mr. Right?
Yeah. There could be virtual training. It doesn't mean that you have to go to Canada. I think you're from Canada right now. So, am I in Canada? No? So,
advantages, disadvantages of franchisees or franchising.
Okay, so we'll go there. Are you there?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Advantage. Excuse me.
What I should say?
Advantages to the franchisee. Advantage of franchise to the franchisee. And the first one, franchisees are lower risk as they use an idea that has already been tried and tested. Yeah. Franchise is a low risk because the idea is there already.
Mm-hmm.
So the first advantage of franchise to the franchisee, like they said, sorry. So the first advantage of franchise to the franchisee, franchisees are lower risk as they use an idea that has already been tried and tested. As a franchisee, you are buying a brand name, a successful brand name. So it's a low risk because the business is already a success. So the business has a track record of being a successful business. That is why you are able to buy the brand name. So as soon as you start up that business, you start making sales. Do you understand? So the tendency of failing is less because you are buying a brand that is already emotionally attached to customers.
Oh.
Two, franchisees get support from the franchisor. So merchandise, training, equipment, these things will be given to you by the franchisor. Yes. Unlike if you are starting your own business, you have to provide yourself, you have to provide all these things. And you might not be providing yourself, you might not be able to get the standard ones needed. Okay. But this business is already a successful business. So if it is successful, it means it has been doing it right since all these years. The third one, the setup costs of a franchise are predictable. So you know how much you're going to spend. Oh, I need to buy McDonald's franchise. The McDonald's will tell you the amount of the franchise. So you know the amount of money you have to spend. Right. Unlike if it's your own business, you won't have, whatever you're going to have is going to be an estimate. But buying a franchise, you are going to pay, there's a one-off payment you have to make, and there are standards. Everything is already there with their prices. Yeah. So you know the amount of money you're going to spend if you're going to open a franchise. If you're going to buy a franchise, sorry. The last advantage is that franchisees can benefit from national marketing campaigns organized by the franchisor. The franchisors, like McDonald's, they do their advertisements. So McDonald's advertisements in America is the same as the one we're going to see in Tripoli. So that means you gain a marketing advertisement globally. Global.
Just because one advertised another place.
You get it? Then, what are the problems about franchise to the franchisee? Number one, the franchisee's profit is shared with the franchisor. There's share of profit. Unlike if it's your own business, if you are setting up your own fast food,
Yes.
all the profit is kept by you. But here, as much as the franchisor is reducing your risk, there's also a gain for it by sharing part of your profit. Do you get that? Two, franchisees have to sign contracts with franchisor, which can reduce independence. So before you could have their franchise, you would have gone through strict, regulations. It has to be on their own terms, not your terms. But with your own business, your own name, it has to be you. There's independence. But here you don't have independence.
Yes.
Do you understand? Your independence reduces because it has to be on the terms and conditions of the franchisor. The third one, setting up a franchise can be an expensive way to start a business because of the one-off payments. As a small business, you can start small. As a sole trader, you can start small. You can start with the amount of money you have. But if you are starting with a franchise, the amount of money you start with is high. So that means it is not cheap.
Okay.
To start up with a franchise.
With the franchises.
And the last one, franchisees lack independence and must follow strict operation rules. Everything that you have to do has to be the standard set by the franchisor.
Yes.
But you can set your own standard if it's your own business.
Yes.
But here, you have to comply with the standard set by the franchisor.
By the franchisor.
Is it clear? Okay. So those are the advantages of franchise and disadvantages. These are the advantages of franchise and disadvantages of franchise to the franchisee. What is the advantage of franchise to franchising? No, I'll move on, please.
Okay.
So we'll go to the advantages and disadvantages of franchise to the franchisor. What are the advantages of franchise to the franchisor? The first one, franchising is a fast method of growth. If you are setting up your own business, it might take a while before you can expand. But as a franchisor, your business is growing rapidly without you putting effort into it, because they are buying your franchise. So your business is expanding. Your business is expanding at a rate that you cannot even imagine. Oh, McDonald's in America, there's McDonald's in Tripoli, in Benghazi. They continue to expand without McDonald's without McDonald's putting so much into it. Do you get it? So the growth is faster because it is done by other people.
And that's why it's growth. It's fast growth.
Do you get it? Two, franchising is a cheaper method of growth because growth is mainly funded by the franchisee. As a franchisor, the growth, you are not the one financing the expansion. The expansion is financed by the franchisee.
Yes.
Do you get it?
Okay.
Do you get it or not, please?
Yes.
The third one, franchisees take some of the risk on behalf of the franchisor. Now that you've sold part of the business, or you've sold your brand to certain individuals, to different franchises. It means you are spreading your risk.
Yes.
So with that, your risk reduces. Do you get it? Do you get it, please?
Yes.
Then what are the problems about franchise to the franchisor? The first one, potential profit is shared with the franchisees.
Yes.
Unlike if McDonald's is opening its own branch in Tripoli, not like a Libyan owns the McDonald's in Tripoli. If McDonald's is opening a franchise, is opening a branch in Tripoli. So the profit made in McDonald's branch in Tripoli would go to McDonald's. But here, the profit has to be shared with the manager of McDonald's here, which is a Libyan who owns the McDonald's. So poor franchisees may damage the brand's reputation. A mistake from the McDonald's in Tripoli could affect the old McDonald's branch. Yes, because it's McDonald's, not you making the mistake. A poor service from you, a bad service from you affects McDonald's, not you. They don't see you, they see McDonald's.
Okay.
Do you get it? The third one, franchisees may get their supplies from elsewhere. Franchisees, because McDonald's is far away from here, the headquarters is in America, probably. So the franchise, the McDonald's branch here might as well sell other merchandise that does not belong to McDonald's here. I might get its supply elsewhere that is not within the standard of McDonald's, which means the branch might be, the McDonald's here might be producing goods or might be selling food or snacks that are not, the quality is not at par compared to other McDonald's. And the last one, the cost of supporting franchisees may be high. You have to provide them with training, you have to provide them with equipment, machines, merchandise, and the rest. Before you know it, you would have been spending more on them than what you can imagine, because you would always want them to be at the same standard with any other McDonald's. And that might be so, the cost might be so high. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of franchise to the franchisor. Do you get that, please? Then we'll go to social enterprise, right?
You have 10 more minutes, yes.
Oh, it's March. Let's see if we can. Let's see.
Yes.
So when we talk about social enterprises, we're talking about businesses that are run by individuals. They just want to decide to become a better place.
Yes.
That's why we call them social enterprises. So these organizations trade with the aim of improving the human and environmental well-being. They just want the society to become a better place. That's why we call it social enterprise. They are sometimes referred to not-for-profit organizations. So they are not-for-profit making organizations because their aim is not to make profit. They could make profit anyway, but they're not set up because of profit. They are not business organizations that want to make profit.
Okay.
So examples of social enterprises are cooperatives. When we talk about cooperatives, we're talking about businesses that are set up by members, like teachers coming together to set up a business. We call them workers, teachers cooperative society.
Yes.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
These are business organizations that are set up by their members.
So
we have workers cooperative society. For this workers cooperative society, we're talking about a group of workers, white collar jobs people coming together to set up a cooperative.
Yeah.
Then what do? They contribute to the production and involved in decision making.
Yeah.
Because it's democratic. These workers, they contribute the same amount of money. Okay. So they have the same rights to make decisions within the organization.
Okay.
The profit is shared amongst them equally because they contributed the same amount of money. Provide some capital when business buying the share in the business. So they could buy shares in the business and they give the capital. When you're buying shares, it means you are giving money to the business.
Yes.
Then we have mutual organizations. These are building societies mostly. They are societies that society, they are there to help you.
Okay.
You contribute and they help you in return. Yeah. We call them mutual organizations. Okay. You contribute to that organization, and because you're contributing to that organization, whatever is needed by you, they get it done. Yeah. Like building societies. You contribute, they build houses for you. That's building society. Then we have charities organizations. Charities, they help the disadvantaged people in the society. Okay. They help disadvantaged people in the society. Those are charity organizations. Then we have lifestyle businesses. For lifestyle businesses, we are talking about businesses that their aim is to profit satisfy. They just want to make a profit that is enough to suit their lifestyle. So I could set up a business. Now, I'm a teacher, right? I have my YouTube channel. I do teaching there, right? It's a lifestyle business. So,
Stability.
do you understand? It's a lifestyle business because I'm making a business out of my passion.
And it's flexible. So you
Yeah.
can work better in it and you can be motivated to work.
So but the point is, you are making a business out of your passion.
Out of your passion.
Do you understand?
Mhm.
So they say some features of lifestyle businesses are one, the business will often be small and is likely to have just one owner. Like I just made the example of my YouTube channel now.
Mhm.
The personal interests of the entrepreneur are likely to influence the nature of the business. So that time spent working is enjoyable.
Yes.
So it's my YouTube channel. I take my time, I make my videos. An owner may undertake a variety of different ventures. For example, yeah, a musician may generate income by playing live in a band, teaching people to play instruments, teaching part-time in a college, teaching music in a college. So all is still part of his passion. Do you get it? Only the business is likely to be much less stressful than other forms of business.
Right.
It's less stressful because it's at your own pace or your time.
Yes.
They're likely to have similar advantage and disadvantage to those of a sole trader. It's just like a sole trader too.
Okay.
Lifestyle businesses are sometimes considered as alternative to retirement. So I could retire and continue with my YouTube. Online businesses. When we talk about online businesses, we're talking about e-commerce, which simply means transaction happens via the internet.
Mhm.
Are you with me, please?
Yes.
They said Amazon.com, Alibaba, Confused.com, eBay, and Facebook are examples of large and well-known online businesses. However, there are
There's no
many.
need to promote it on your YouTube channel, Mr.
Huh?
Alibaba and them. Don't promote it in your video.
What?
I don't think they deserve promotion.
I'm not. This video is not
Oh,
going
okay.
to be uploaded on my YouTube,
Oh, yeah,
so it's just for you. So what we're saying here is that they are online businesses because the transaction happens via the internet. So what are the features of online? Number one, customers access the business via the internet. Like I just said earlier, the transaction happens in the internet. Online businesses collect payment for goods and services electronically. You pay also through the MasterCard or okay. There are no formal procedures to follow or legal requirements when starting an online business. Yeah, my YouTube channel, I never started. It's online.
You can't make fraud or anything like that. Okay.
There's no legal procedure for it.
Okay.
Online businesses have low setup costs. It's an online business, so it doesn't need a lot of money to start it up. Is that all? So that ends the video. Let me just end the video and send it to your WhatsApp. And